Hello and welcome to the upcoming Minecraft server Barony.
My name is Kazar.
And I'm Nox.
We want to show you what makes a server unique,
why you should join us, and what you have to do for that.
First of all, in this presentation there won't be any kind of gameplay video material.
It's just a rough outlining of our server. We have separated the content into different parts to give you the possibility to switch through the different headings on the navigation bar at the top.
The first topic is general,
in which is explained why our server is so different to the others and why we're making our own.
And then comes the chat section,
which pretty much speaks for itself.
The third and maybe most important part is the environment, where we show the structure of the map.
Following with the battle system, which we change how the monsters spawn, fight and die. Now we come to my favourite section, the classes. We have separated them into two different types, the economy class and the battle class.
The last topic is about the different titles you can gain, which is the key to rise and become a Baron. Before we start explaining the concept, we want to tell you what annoys us about the other servers.
Whenever we joined a server, we saw mostly that there were signs full of rules that no one actually read, and spawn points which had hundreds of different types of portals, each with different concepts, so the players were confused, having no idea where to go and what to do. When we arrive in one of these worlds, the server's mostly too full with players which have no idea where to go because the world has been poorly designed and there's no real goal and there's no admin or moderator or creator to help you get guided through this world. What I also don't like is these chest shops where players open a shop, go offline and just leave these shops open with no real contact with the other players. It's not only confusing for old players, but it also shocks new players which have just arrived in this chest forest. What I find totally brilliant are epic battles on PvP servers with 2 weapons and a left click. And there are so many different types of games out there with a proper PvP system, and I don't understand why you have to use a game which revolves around building and make it into a mindless PvP server where the admins just want to play God. So our goal is to make our server as player friendly as possible, which means we're going to try and prevent the use of commands, and to achieve this we're going to use YouTube. So let's go over to chat. We're going to have a normal scenario with a player chopping wood, 1 player is mining, we've got 2 players just standing in a corner somewhere, and 2 other players which are AFK. 2 players which are talking to each other, and 1 player who's just bored. And he writes it, and it's a little bit slow, because you know, he's stupid. And that's what happens on the most servers. Everyone gets the message and nobody actually cares. On our server, we'll integrate the local chat system, which means when this player says he's bored, the player standing in the same city as him gets the message and is still pissed off about it. But the player mining or chopping wood is still happy because he doesn't see this message. Right, and now comes the most important part, the environment. We're going to start off with our main city with a castle. A bigger castle would be better. And from there on, we're going to have our market square, where players will be able to sell stuff and buy stuff. We're going to probably build in a PvP and PvE arena, so that players of all levels or ranks will be able to fight. We're going to build in a pub, which will give you certain advantages, just like the church. We've also got a bulletin board, where players with enough permission will be able to write on it. We're also going to need some houses, a lot more houses. And also we're going to build in some quests. Right, that's our main city. Now we're going to go to the 3 villages outside of our city. Each village will have properties which will be good and bad, which will give advantages and disadvantages. The barons in this game will be able to change the villages to give them a certain advantage. In upcoming events, we'll make the villages compete against each other and profit from winning. And also, with a high enough title, you'll be able to build in the wilderness whatever you want and they'll be protected. That isn't all that will be happening, but this is the most important stuff about our environment that we wanted to tell. So, let's go on to battle. All in all, we want to make the game harder so that it strengthens the feeling of success when you achieve something. For that, we've picked some plugins. Yeah.
Very hard! It's almost impossible! It makes the world almost impossible to navigate, oh, it's awful!
Yeah, you could also say it like that. We're only showing you a small example because there are some features that are still open. Let's start with the zombie. The zombie you can only kill with fire, otherwise he'll just keep on respawning and you won't get any XP or items from him. Or the Enderman, which doesn't only teleport himself, but other players, which can be extraordinarily confusing in certain situations. We're going to leave it at this point because battle isn't our main focus. We just think that Minecraft got a little bit too easy. As I said before, this is my favourite topic. So we start with the combat classes. We've got the warrior, who uses iron and diamond weapons and armor. We've got the rogue, who does additional damage with a bow, can use stealth and pickpocket. We've got the mage, who can teleport himself and other characters, and the priest, who heals. So let's go over to the economy classes. We've got the blacksmith, who can, for example, craft armor and weapons, minecarts and rails. We've got the cook, who can cook food, the hunter, who fishes and can craft bow and arrows, and the engineer, who can, for example, craft pistons, redstone, switches and TNT. The last topic is the titles. Each player starts as a vagrant and can only choose an economy class. After he buys his first title, he will become a farmer and can join a village and buy a plot of land. After that, he can choose to become a townsman and will be able to pick a battle class. The highest common title is the nobleman, and you'll be able to buy a plot of land in the capital city. Now comes the highest title in this game, the baron. You'll be able to command and modify a village. Being a baron in this game is very unique. You're in close contact with the mods because you have a big influence on the server's gameplay.
This was our short concept video.
We hope you liked it.
If you want to support us, subscribe to our YouTube channel,
Like our Facebook page,
or follow us on Twitter,
thanks for watching.
and stay tuned.